Hey there, kiddos, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Uncle Frank, and that you are having a great day. And in today's video, I'm sitting back in my very comfortable chair, relaxing and having a little conversation with all of you guys about card game finance, budgets, and temptations. Specifically, the things that tempt me. You see, from time to time on my videos over on Discord, I'll have people asking me, hey, Uncle Frank, what do you suggest I invest in? What do you suggest I speculate in? What's a good product to buy? What's a good box to quadruple my money in a year's time? And I never really have a good answer for those kind of questions. Just because giving people that kind of advice is not really what I like to do. I do like to say, hey, I think this is a good set, or hey, I like the cards here in this set particularly. But I do think I like to think at least that I'm fairly consistent about saying that, hey, I don't really give financial or investment advice just because, hey, I'm just some dude chilling on YouTube. But I still get questions like that more often than I really thought I would. So instead of answering, hey, this is a cool set, you should 100% sink $1,000 into it and buy every box you can or all that jazz. Instead, I will just have a quick video where I sit down, relax, and talk about the kind of products that I am always super interested in picking up at certain price ranges and the reasons for that. Okay, I am a man with a very limited budget, all things considered. I am still trying to grow my business and grow my cash reserves flow, no, something like that. I'm trying to grow how much money I have access to at any one time, so I always have to be very picky about what I buy, because when I buy something, it's very rarely to invest in it. I very much subscribe to the idea that you should be churning and burning your cash, as some other YouTubers put it, and only rarely do I grab something with the intent of sitting on it for long term, just because in my current situation, I don't believe that it is wise to sit on items for a long time. However, when I am looking for something to park money into for a while, it's usually because I believe that as it is now, it is far too cheap for what it is. And for the four main games that I really keep an eye on, I have kind of different criteria and different kinds of items I keep an eye out. So for Flesh and Blood, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, and Magic the Gathering, I have different items at different price ranges that I always try to keep an eyeball out for. So let's start with Flesh and Blood. Let's just work our way down the list. For Flesh and Blood, this is a very simple one. I have two things in Flesh and Blood that I always keep an eye out for, and when I have spare cash, these are the things that I am most likely to spend it on. The first one, of course, being cases. Cases of Flesh and Blood under a certain price range, and it's usually around like the 250 mark. There's a lot of Flesh and Blood cases out there that are much cheaper than I think that they should be. And so from time to time, I do like to grab them. Now, I don't like to grab them to hold. I should be very clear. I like to grab them to crack them open because I believe that the goodies inside are worth a lot selling online, especially if you get really lucky with like Everfest. Everfest has really good pulls. Tales of Aria First Edition has some good stuff in it. And Bright Lights. Bright Lights has some amazing cards you can pull, even for people who are not super into the fact that it's a mechanologist only set. So I am a big fan of buying those cases and cracking them. Mastery Pack Guardian was this way for a while. I don't know if you guys are aware, but Mastery Pack Guardian as a set was super cheap for sealed boxes for the longest time, and it was very easy to buy case after case after case of it for virtually nothing and just flip it online for the singles. And eventually people caught up to it, the market caught up, and over the last 6 months, it's becoming more and more expensive online. So, for now, no more Master Pack Guardian, but the other sets, like again, Aria First Edition, Everfest is a solid one, and I do like cracking open Bright Lights, especially because Bright Lights still has a card in it that I don't have for my personal collection, so there's that too. As far as singles goes, however, Flesh and Blood still has the gold foils, the special premium gold foil equipment you can win at the larger events. These pop up all the time online. And while a lot of them do have quite high price tags, occasionally I will find one for like under $200. And when I do, it's very tempting for me to buy one. I've already purchased a few, a small handful for myself that I like to send off to get graded right away, just because hey, they are pre-graded 9 plus for what it matters. Um, so I just like to have them in the slab, and I feel that under $200 is really a budget, a bargain deal price for them, just because they are genuinely rare items. There's less than 100 printed for most of them, and some of them look absolutely fucking nice. So as a personal collection kind of thing, rather than an investment, it's more of a something that I want for myself, you know. And under $200 is a price I'm willing to pay for that, especially if it's the right kind. Whenever a mechanologist one pops up, I'm always super interested. Got an Achilles accelerator and something else, I forget. Galvanic bender, that was the other one. Nice stuff. Moving on to Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Is easy, super easy mode for sealed product. It's boxes under roughly the $40 price range. A bunch of these are still super cheap, super affordable, because Yu-Gi-Oh! As a TCG is not in the greatest state it's been in. We've talked about this on the channel before. A lot of boxes are still super cheap just because there's not a lot of faith in the product. That being said, some of these super cheap Yu-Gi-Oh! Boxes, I'm talking about Alliance Insight, Duelist Nexus, Lightning Overdrive, that one's really good. They have some really solid pulls in there, some really highly sought after cards, and some really collectible cards too. Lightning Overdrive especially, I think, has the Black Rose Dragon, Starlight Rare, maybe. And of course, you know, grabbing a random box or two every so often off of TCG Player, you're unlikely to get the big hit card, right? But still, I do think that these boxes are underpriced for their contents. Now, Yu-Gi-Oh! Rarely do I crack open boxes just for the cards inside, unless I don't have anything for the set left, any like decent cards for the set left. But I do find that under $30, even if I crack it all and sell it all at bulk, I am making basically a profit if it all sells. Just putting that out there. As for singles, the only Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles I'm interested in right now are either cards for my personal collection, which I already, with one exception, which is not going to happen anytime soon, I already own all of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards I would like to have in my personal collection, and then the extended art cards that recently started happening. Some of those are really cheap right now. Some of them are in the $80 to $100 price range, and in my opinion, that's too cheap for them. You know, these are quite rare. The best pull rates for them is like 1 in every 2 boxes, which is, if you get that, awesome. And for the Starlight Rares, any Starlight Rare ones, as cheap as they are for some of them, I think is a crime, because some of them look really fucking nice. Even the bad ones look really nice. And are, again, super rare, super hard to pull. And I think, in my opinion, this is all my opinion, I think the market is wrong for some of them. There are some Starlight Rare extended arts that are under $100, and I think that is fucking wild. Again, just my opinion. So I have been very tempted to just go online and start yoinking those whenever I have a few extra bucks to spare and that I don't have a specific box in mind. Some of those extended arts look really nice, and I would really like to have them, and they are at a really good price. So they've been very tempting, is all I'm saying. Pokemon, right now, nothing. Right now, so for years I have been buying basically anything Pokemon at MSRP or below, which of course is, for a while, was just any recent set. There was a 3-year period of time where Pokemon was super undesirable by a lot of people. No one was really interested in it. So Scarlet Violet base up until Surging Sparks, I think. Yeah, something like that. That sounds about right. A lot of Scarlet Violet sets were really not well appreciated. And it wasn't just booster boxes. It was ETBs that you could get for super cheap, bundles, the 3-pack blisters, etc. There was a long period of time where this stuff was basically unwanted by anybody. And I believe that time will return. Not that it's going to go to $90 or whatever, but I do believe MSRP for Pokemon will return, and when that happens, it'll start to become a thing that I spend more money on. For now, though, Pokemon is something that I rarely splurge on. I do attend pre-releases. I do grab some loose packs whenever I have the chance to, but I don't really buy Pokemon cards. As for singles, there's a bunch of Illustrator rares out there that are like under $10. There's a bunch that are under $5. Extended art, full art, Illustrator rare cards, and special Illustrator rare cards too. There's a lot of cheap ones for that too. Those always tempt me, especially the trainer ones, especially some of the more notable ones. When I see those at like the $5 to $10 range, I get really tempted by those. In fact, I just bought a bunch. I think about 15 copies of one of them just because I thought it was too cheap. I think they were like $1 a piece. I was like, nope, yoinking those. Because one seller had like 15 listed, so I grabbed them all. Fun stuff. And again, it's not that I think they're going to skyrocket in price, but I do think at like $1 a piece for Pokemon, for illustration rares especially, I do think for how hard it is to pull some of them from some of these sets, I do think $1 is just too cheap. And if I find one that I like, I'm totally cool with spending $20 because of the shipping and handling just to get a pile of them. Moving on though to Magic the Gathering. Nothing interests me in Magic the Gathering, just like Pokemon, but for different reasons. So I should clarify that for Magic the Gathering, there is a sweet spot for me when it comes to collector booster boxes. That sweet spot has passed. Basically, no collector booster boxes are at the 200 to 250 range. But when they are at that range, it is very easy for me to go yoinking them up and grabbing a few for myself to then resell once they crawl back up a bit. We haven't had most collector boxes are not at that point anymore, but I do think that will return, and when it does, I will grab a few more. It's happened with a few sets. Dominaria United for a while was at that range, and so it was very easy to grab one and then sell it, grab one and then sell it. It was very fun. Or was it Dominaria United? I think so. That was the one that had the chance at Legends pools. I believe it was. So yeah. But beyond the standard stuff, the standard booster boxes, etc., the ancillary products, the specialty products that have been sitting on the market for years now without much growth, those are always tempting to me, and I do occasionally go out and grab one just to have it. The things that really tempt me the most are things like Conspiracy 2, which is like $220 a box, has not seen a whole lot of movement in the last like year and a half. Yeah, it's going up, don't get me wrong, it's up like $40 over 12 months. Great stuff. But it's an older box, has some really cool, the Kaya alt art from it. Really nice looking. Super cheap nowadays, though, unfortunately. There was a time when that card was like 200 plus fucking dollars. And now I think it's under 30, which is a shame. But yeah, like the ancillary products, I don't know what Battle Bond is at our box right now, but I imagine that has to be expensive. That was a really desired set. But Conspiracy 2, $220 a box. From time to time, I will grab one, and then I will draft it. Me and the buddies get together and we draft the hell out of that. And then ancillary products, cheap ancillary products that have not appreciated well. A good example, I think, is From the Vault Angels, which is like $120-ish for the Milan. I've grabbed one not too long ago. A lot of the From the Vaults were really cheap up until just a bit ago. They are starting to disappear from the market. I am a big fan of them. I like the product line itself. I've got fond memories of like From the Vault Lore, From the Vault Legends, From the Vault Realms, but From the Vault Angels I think is the cheapest of the good ones right now, and it does have some good cards in it. It's got Avacyn, of course, which is a really awesome commander, and just a really all-around cool angel to dump on the board. But for Magic, that really is it. I would bring up Magic singles that interest me, but I'm going to be very honest, I have not had an interest in Magic singles to collect or invest in for a very long time. I will occasionally go out and buy some loose sliver cards to add to my personal slivers collection, which is probably something I should show on the channel at some point, honestly. Let me know if you guys want to hear a video where I showcase my slivers collection. That would be a fun one to showcase at some point. But besides that, I don't really buy Magic singles to invest in or to collect, just because I have zero faith in Wizards of the Coast's ability to balance their singles market. They have a very aggressive reprint strategy when it comes to Magic the Gathering singles, and I have taken that to heart. So, in my opinion, there are no Magic singles at a tempting price range for me. So unless I need it for a deck, and I very rarely need it for a deck, just so we're clear, Unless I need it for a deck, it basically never crosses my mind to grab a single for Magic the Gathering these days. But that's all I've got. Like I said, these are not products I recommend to you guys. This is not cards I recommend to you guys. This is not Uncle Frank telling you guys, hey, you should go out and buy Fab Aria cases or fucking Duelist Nexus boxes. This is not me saying these are great buys. This is me saying, in my opinion, some of these things are cheaper than I think they should be. Now, I could very well be wrong, which is the crux here. There's a very real chance that Alliance Insight, for instance, is a $43 box for the next 10 years. There's a very real chance that Conspiracy 2 Electric Boogaloo, great drafting set, really fun set to draft. And let me tell you, I've drafted it quite a lot. More than a handful of the boxes that have sold on TCG Player were bought by me and then cracked open by me and the buddies. Very fun set to open, but it's a very real chance that it stays at the $200 to $300 price range for the next decade because there's not a lot of collectability behind it for some reason. Same with like From the Vault Angels, whatever. You know, these things could go up or they could not. It's just the things that I personally believe could be more expensive in the future, and that's why they tempt me. Again, I only have so much money to spare. I don't go out buying loads and loads of the stuff at a time. But if you guys are curious about the kind of products I'm interested in, these are the kind of things I'm interested in. So let me know you guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. Discord, Patreon, TCG Player. You guys know the drill at this point. Talk to you later. Ciao.